So today I wanted to talk to you about a sign I see on many of my favorite riding trails. And you've probably seen signs saying the exact same thing on some of your favorite riding paths because they're very, very common. These signs say, "No motorized vehicles allowed." Well, an e-bike does have an electric motor, so is an e-bike a motorized vehicle or not? I'm asked this question many times, and when I'm asked, all I can say is, well, it depends. It depends on where you're at, where you ride. That's why it's so hard to accurately define whether an e-bike is a motorized vehicle or not. For example, in most of the state parks in California, e-bikes are not allowed on the hiking and biking trails, but in the national parks of California, e-bikes aren't considered motorized vehicles and are allowed anywhere a bicycle is allowed or hiking. But there are some exceptions. In some of the California state park campgrounds, e-bikes are allowed, and in some places only certain classes of e-bikes are allowed, 1, 2, or 3. So in fact, in a few state parks, there are posted signs saying no motorized vehicles allowed. And according to the park rangers, the no motorized vehicle sign means no internal combustion gas-powered engines that are allowed. So it just depends on where you're at. It's all very confusing. And it's confusing for both the e-bikers and for everyone else as well. And this confusion causes many trail side debates. In fact, just a few days ago, I had a trail side debate about the same subject with some dog walkers on the trail. It was a beautiful day, which was perfect for an e-bike adventure on my e-bike. I rode out to a section of the Idaho Centennial Trail that follows alongside the Spokane River. It's a beautiful trail. Now, this trail is designated for walking and cycling, and it clearly states no motorized vehicles allowed. But here's the twist. In our state of Idaho, and the local regulations say that an e-bike is not considered a motorized vehicle. It's designated as a bicycle with pedal assistance. Now, I ride this trail all the time, and so do many other e-bikers. So here I am just cruising along, soaking in the grandeur around me, and it is beautiful. And I roll up on a group of dog walkers up ahead. I signal them with my little handlebar bell, ding, 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 from a pretty good distance, just to let them know that I'm coming up on them, and so I won't surprise them. They start giving me some sideways glances, and I can already tell there's going to be a conversation. As I roll up, they seem a bit tense, and of course one of them says, "Hey, you can't ride that thing here. Motorized vehicles are not allowed." I smile and let them know about the regulations regarding e-bikes in this area and that they are allowed. I mention they're categorized differently from traditional motorized vehicles, so I'm actually following the rules. They're a bit surprised to hear this, but they don't back down just yet. One of the walkers insists, "But it has a motor. That makes it a motorized vehicle." I chuckle softly and explain that while it does have an electric motor, it's not the same as a motorcycle or anything like that. Most e-bikes are designated to assist with pedaling, making them more like a bicycle than a motorcycle with just a little bit of boost. It's a helper. And as the debate continues, I can see that I can see their point. They're concerned about safety on the trail, and that's designated for walkers and cyclists. And I let them know that, hey, I get that. Safety should always come first. So I take a moment to remind them that e-bikes come equipped with bells and lights just like regular bicycles, and they have pedals just like a regular bike. I also add that I've seen some pretty irresponsible e-bikers as well as some very irresponsible dog walkers. But I don't let a few bad apples of any group color the entire group as irresponsible. And as we chat, some of the dog walkers start warming up to the idea, but I can see that a few just don't want to listen. So at this point, I've done all that I could and can do, so I smile and wave and continue on my way. Now, it's essential to share the trail and respect everyone's space, 2 or 3 wheels, or even 1 wheel, as well as our 2- and 4-legged trail users. And finally, after a friendly conversation, they let me pass and I continue on my way. As I ride along, I think about how more folks might enjoy e-bikes if they just knew the real facts. And so that's why I always try to be a great e-bike ambassador when I'm on the trail or when just discussing e-biking with my non-e-biking friends. Now, let me know if this story sounds familiar to you and if it's ever happened to you. And if it has, let me know how you handled the situation. So happy riding to you all.